Welcome to Word of Mouth, the talking newsletter focused on putting buzz into the small to mid-sized business. The business marketplace has significantly changed. Who you know is just as important as what you know. This is why social networking is now the critical edge many small to mid-sized businesses are gravitating to. That is why we have invited networking guru Barbara Kincaid to tell us how to successfully network. So Barbara, how does one become a networking guru?
I started networking to promote a merchant services business, and off of that I created a networking group in Northern Illinois, and from that I wrote a book teaching others how to network effectively to make it more profitable for their business as it's been for mine.
So Barbara, then what are the first steps for networking success?
What I'd like to talk about today is looking at your personality image. When you're first thinking about getting out there in the networking arena, you have to think about the image that you're projecting. And one of them is, what is your goals for that networking group? I always suggest to people that they attend it 3 to 6 times before they make a decision on whether that group is good for them or not. Usually, in that amount of time, you'll be able to make some good relationships that you will get a good feel whether that group is going to be good for you or not. There's many different types of groups out there. There's private groups where they only allow one industry of a type. Then you have to look at being genuine. Being genuine means that you're earnestly out there wanting to promote yourself, but you're willing to listen to others promote themselves also. And the other part that you have to look at is business etiquette. Do you know how to introduce people properly? Do you know how to shake hands properly? And it takes usually 2 to 3 times to do that. The proper way to shake hands is so important because it gives such a message to that person without saying a word. And you always want your best foot forward, so you don't want to start that conversation off on the wrong foot. Shaking hands properly can do that for you. And then, of course, you want to think about things. How can I help the group in general? One of the things I learned basically by default is that I volunteered to help at the registration desk. It's always a chaotic place for a networking group. And if you can help register people in, you get to meet everybody that comes to the group. The whole goal of this is to get people to know, like, and trust you.
Barbara, you've really given us a lot of great tips about networking. Any last tips you can provide us?
If you're going to a group and you feel the dynamics are not quite right, then you need to look for another group. We're all spending a lot of money, a lot of time, and energy in attending networking groups. So it's best if you cut your losses and move on. Do it gracefully, but move on to the next thing.
Thank you, Barbara, for your time in the networking conversation. To continue the conversation with Barbara Kincaid, author of Cocktails and Profile Pix, please contact her via the information on your screen. And thank you for clicking on Word of Mouth. This is Rich Steelman. Word of Mouth is a courtesy production of eMotion Marketing, helping SMBs put buzz into business.